As daylight savings time draws to an end, it's a time of increased awareness of pedestrians or cyclists that are out at dusk or nightfall. There is a new campaign called Alert Today, or at least a campaign that's back, that highlights this. And here with the details is Trenda McPherson. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is so important to talk about, and I think people know these things, but for whatever reason, year after year, we still have fatalities over this. We still have injuries over this, and it's as simple as just making yourself be seen, correct?
Absolutely. So we have promoted Alert Today Florida for about 4 years now, and we have discovered that nighttime visibility is a key issue in Florida. And so we have decided to name this Alert Tonight as an emphasis on nighttime visibility, making sure that pedestrians and bicyclists make themselves visible to motorists at night.
And what's really cool, and I'm so excited of why you're here this morning and why this campaign is continuing, because your research has shown doing these campaigns works. Getting this on front of mind and getting people to remember this, families to remember this. You have the numbers to back that up, that it works.
Absolutely.
We're saving more people's lives.
Absolutely. We piloted this campaign last year, November through March, and in the pilot period, in our targeted area, we actually had a 9.75% reduction in fatalities of pedestrians and cyclists.
10%.
Yes, in dark, unlit areas, and so it's significant and a great opportunity to really improve your safety.
All right, so let's get into these reminders. And again, especially with the time change, it's going to be, getting darker earlier. What is it that people need to make sure of all ages? I don't care how old you are, where you're walking. What are some important reminders that we need to make sure we're following?
There are a few really key things that you can do. First of all, always use a light on your bike when you're riding at night, back light and the front light, as statute requires. Make sure you're wearing bright, light, or reflective clothing. When you're walking at night, carry a flashlight or use some sort of a reflective device or light on your body. And then for motorists, key things they can do is, first of all, get rid of those distractions, pay attention. It's so hard to see at night when you're driving anyway with all the other things going on the roadway. So making sure you're paying attention. And then also, I don't know if you're aware of this, but your headlights tend to yellow over a period of time. Yeah, and so you can reduce your visibility by about 80% just with a yellowed lens. So simple household cleaners can clean that. Just make sure you keep those lenses
They just simply get dirty from being on the road and then yellow?
I think they dim just from, they just yellow because of the plastic cover or whatever the cover is made out of. But there are lots of household products, simple vinegar and water and things like that, that'll clean that.
And then
it'll
you can see that much.
visibility.
Wow. Yeah, everyone needs to be doing. And then how often should we be doing that, do you think? At least maybe once a year?
Maybe. I'm not sure what the studies say as far as how often you should do it, but I would think, as when you regularly maintain your car, why not go ahead and check that out and make sure that you don't have that yellowed lens. There's no use in risking your safety or anybody else's safety by not checking it out.
And that's got to be, at the end of the day, this really is life-saving, reminders for families, and it's so unfortunate to have something, an accident. That's what they are, is accidents, but these are preventable, correct?
Absolutely. All of these crashes are completely preventable. They are really mostly human error, not making sure that we're crossing at a crosswalk where a motorist expects us to be, making sure we're not crossing in the middle of a block between two signalized intersections. That's a really big challenge for pedestrians, but even though it's closer, it's so much safer to go to that intersection so that motorist expects to see you there. That really does improve your safety.
And as a parent with little ones at home, I can't stress it enough. You need to make sure we're telling our kids this. I'm just as guilty of it as making sure and really driving, these points home for our kids.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for being here this morning. Again, glad to report this great news on this campaign and that it's continuing, and we just hope more people are staying safe out on our sidewalks and our roadways. So thank you so much. We look forward to having you back.
Thank you for having me.